Hold hands. Warm up. That's what they say.
Wet nose.
Wet nose. Wet. I'm not sure. Hello.
Hello. Hello, Hastings and St Leonards, and whoever happens to be listening.
Cheers and
Cheers.
welcome.
We are week 8. We're probably going to say this when we're week 75 because we're very proud of the fact we've got to week 8 and we're still going.
Yeah.
And people are talking to us.
Yeah, and I thought weekly was going to be hard, but it's not. Not in terms of how much stuff.
No, it's hard.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Let's not say it's not hard. It's
true.
hard, isn't it, Jamie?
We show up.
It's quite tough. But
It's tough.
It's well worth it.
Yeah.
It's like a job.
Yeah, that's true.
But it gives us a lot of fun. It gives a lot of other people a load of fun as well.
I think what I meant was I didn't think it would happen. And it is.
No.
It's happening. It's happening.
I know.
Yeah.
Thing is about Hastings is people turn around and say, we haven't got something. I said this before, I'm probably repeating myself, which is often the case. You know, you get to this age, you go around the sun a few times. But the point of we need a this. When are we going to do it? And we did exactly that, didn't we?
Yeah.
It happened on the... It was two days between when we said we were going to do it and when we did it.
Yeah.
It was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All the best things are done like that, though, aren't
I
they?
think so, yeah. Just got to get on and do it.
Yeah. It's just wading through the material. There's so much material.
Yeah, there's a lot of info, a lot of things to share.
There is.
Thanks everyone for sending your information in to our email address and what do we need to say? Buy us a coffee, please, on coffee.com/ourtownhasplenty.
Yeah.
I'll kick off, shall I?
Yeah, it's only like popping in the pub or buying me a cake.
Yeah.
You know.
Buy us a cake.
Buy us a cake. You know. But
we're not going to cut Jamie's hair. It's not.
No, we've decided. So we've got this hair thing going on, right?
Oh
so
my God, we really have.
It's like Hairgate, and so we've got like we were talking about what's a quiff? What constitutes as a quiff? And it's like that mine's really traditional because I've got this kind of variety. It's a bit. No, I'm not going to swear, but it's a bit contrived, but. This is like, we were working out, what's a pompadour quiff?
Yeah.
What's a traditional quiff? I've got this going on, which is really untraditional, a bit like Angie Bowie. And then Jamie has got full-on 70s, woo!
He's taking in all the signals right there, aren't you, Jamie?
That's right.
Yeah.
What sort of signals are they?
They're all from all the spacemen and the aliens coming out of the sea, and they're like contacting me through my massive airwaves. Hairwaves.
Hairwaves. We're back to the 70s.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to that's probably a hairdresser somewhere in Cirencester called Hairwaves. So you bet your life there's going to be in it.
Oh, there are so many good hairdresser names. Curl Up and Dry.
Oh, there is.
Really good.
There is a brilliant documentary I saw about 3 hairdressers.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Did
one.
Did you see it?
In the north of England.
In the north of England, and it's in the 80s, and you've got all these women walking in.
I'll find a link to it. Hello, Mrs. Robinson. How are you?
My God.
I don't know where they're from, and I'm not sure what that accent was.
And the bloke brings the meat pies. The meat pie delivery. And you hear all about the relationships that are splitting up.
Oh my God,
the gossip.
Great. The fly on the wall stuff.
And you see them open up in the morning, so everyone's opening up and they're getting the kettle on. And
hello, Mrs. Bainbridge, how are you today?
Absolutely.
I don't think it's Wales.
And no, it's Bradford. I think
Bradford,
Bradford
somewhere. It's up north for sure.
Blackburn. Yeah. Says she who doesn't know the north. But they've all got these little the little penny type things on, little overalls.
Yes.
And their hair is
immaculate.
Stiff. It's stiff. All the women's hair is stiff, and everyone's coming in. Their loads of back combing, and
it's they're getting ready for the day, isn't it?
But it doesn't. It's in the 80s. It's set in the 80s, but it doesn't feel like the 80s.
That's kind of timeless, isn't it?
It's weird. It's weird. It feels like it's like early 70s.
That's cool. We'll have to send it to you, Jamie, honestly. And then there's this like cut in the filmmaking where this kid just roller skates past.
Oh, the roller skater.
And it's hilarious. And it's like, there he goes again.
You can hear
just
them.
Around
and they're going over the bumpy pavement.
Yeah.
And the delivery men going up, they're slamming
everything's
their door.
hexagonal, like the chairs, the mirror.
It is.
Is it a drama or a documentary?
No, it's a documentary.
It's a real place.
It's a proper social documentary, just based on a day in the life of these 3 hairdressers in, I'm sure it's Bradford, but it's a northern town.
Yeah.
But it's fantastically done.
Beautiful, yeah.
It's so sympathetic. I loved it. It was like a real window in the world, and all the spray.
Yeah.
And going under the big whatever they're called.
I don't know what you call
the
them,
big
those things.
bonnet thing, and everyone has a hairnet, and they're getting their set done. You know, I think it was. Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Yeah.
A bit like Friday, because we're off at the club.
Yeah.
You know, that was terrible. We're off. I can't do it. I can do a bit of Bolton. We're off at no, that Patsy stop. We can't edit that out either, so just don't try. But they were off up the club. They were getting ready to go out to the social club.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful. And you heard about all their health.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
so
hairdressers
good.
are kind of magical.
They're magical.
Yeah.
They're magical. In fact, at some point, I'm going to have to tell you about my hairdresser, because everyone stops me and says, "When did you get your hair done?" That'll be a future.
Yeah. Okay.
He's an enigma.
Ooh.
Adam.
Banksy.
Yes.
The Banksy of hairdressers.
Yeah, the Banksy of hair. Yeah.
Ah.
So, we haven't even started yet.
No, we haven't, have we? No.
Crack on.
Okay, cracking on.
So-
We have this Friday. Who knew? It is both World Poetry Day and World Wood Day.
Wood.
Yeah, wood. We could try and riff a poem about wood if you like. But anyway, we're going to probably not
Stroking
do
the formica.
Stroking the formica. A bit of wood chip under there probably, who
Yeah.
knows. So it and Alexandra Park Greenhouse are going to be celebrating Wood Day by having a event down there on Sunday, welcoming lots of different crafters who create things out of wood and are also trying to promote this concept of saving the trug. So do you know about the East Sussex trug?
I know what an East Sussex trug looks like.
Jamie, do you know what a trug is?
It's a scoopy wooden thing made out of very thin interlaced, and it's that shape.
Bits of wood, yeah.
With a thing over it.
That's right. So it's like a kind of lovely basket, I suppose.
It's what you'd see people. I don't even know when it was invented, but I know that when you see period dramas, you see women walking through with a trug on their arm.
Yes.
They've just been to the garden.
Oh yes, and it's like they really didn't pick
it's
those.
full of beautiful.
Can we get a picture of a trug?
Yeah. We'll have one
We'll put
hovering
it up.
here.
We'll
yeah.
have there'll be a because they are Sussex things. So we're right in we're trug country.
We
here,
are
aren't
trug country, and they are quite beautiful. And it's one of those crafts, along with a lot of made handcrafting that we have in the UK. It's a dying art, and there's a kind of push to promote more people to be learning how to make them.
Yeah.
And
They last
they're
your
just
lifetime.
absolute treasures. Yeah, they're really beautiful. Though not everyone uses a trug now, do they?
No. See, my trug in my garden, which is, don't look, you can't, it would frighten you. It frightens me. Is an IKEA bag. I use an IKEA bag because I'm just sad. But an IKEA bag is perfect because it's the right shape, and I can march up and
They're
down.
really handy. Yeah, they're good for everything, moving house, anything. Yeah.
You can put anything in them.
Yeah.
They're marvellous.
So sorry, trugs. We're not trying to bypass the trug at all.
No.
But
Big up the trug. Big up the
some
trug.
people use other things.
I use whatever is at hand.
And the thing that you find frightening is not the IKEA bag. It's the garden and the gardening and the kind of.
No, mate. No. It's that season where it is all dyed, and it was like, that look manageable. And now it's gonna bit of this sunshine, bit of that warm weather, and it turns into an absolute nightmare for me. I'm gonna have to have my garden redesigned, because the first thing I did when we moved into this house, which had it just had a load of rubbishy lawn, which was really patchy and nasty. I took, what was I thinking? I had it all turned over, which was great, and then I threw down a load of bee-loving seeds,
like the wild seeds.
and I thought, this is great because it will all turn into blue flowers, red flowers. No, it didn't. It turned into grass that you can't get rid of, that grows really hardy and just turns up everywhere. And it's and so much of it is years in the making. So some of this stuff doesn't come up for about 5 years. So what I've surrounded myself with what basically is a garden war zone. When I thought I was going to be all very, this will be really poetic looking. No, it's a nightmare. So it's going to have to be, what's the word? We have to go ground zero.
Landscaped, sorted, really modified. Yeah.
Because as a neurodiverse woman, I go out there and I look and I go,
It's not working.
I can't cope with this. It's too random.
Yeah.
And I love random, and I love wild flower beds. I think they're beautiful.
But this is too much.
But this is, it's too unpredictable for me. So I'm not taking the soul out of gardening. I'm really not.
God, no.
It is because what it's full of is these grasses and similar grasses and strange stuff that actually the bees don't come for it. Bees are not interested. So whatever it is, it makes my garden look like a wilderness.
Yeah.
So it's going to be remodelled.
Fair
Whoever's out there who could help me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
love
there are
that.
a ton of landscape gardeners there. I think that with gardening, I mean, we tried a little bit more than usual over lockdown, and it was odd because for a bit you have to have bits that look very dead, and we had two that looked like graves in the front yard, and that was for our plots to then grow fruit and veg and what have you. Fruit, we didn't get fruit. We got some corn, sweet corn that looked gorgeous, but I think I planted it the wrong way, like in the wrong grid, so they didn't cross-pollinate correctly.
Oh, okay.
But it sounded so lovely, like when the wind blew and they were all really tall and they shot up really quick. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. So
nice sound.
yeah, we might get some gardeners in. Maybe the trug person might come in and have a chat with us.
Absolutely.
At some point.
So save the trug. Yeah, we can't have the art of the trug making dying out.
No.
Sussex people wouldn't let that happen anyway.
No, I don't think so.
No, gardeners won't.
I'm
There'd be an
quite up for
uproar.
trying.
There'd be an uproar. And gardeners' question time. They wouldn't have that. They wouldn't have that. We've done the deep dive into gardening, which we didn't intend.
No, we did not intend to do that. No, but hey,
a whole
it's
new
spring.
can of worms.
I know. Here we go. We've opened it, haven't we, for Sussex
Exactly.
gardeners. So big up the gardeners. I love gardens. I think gardens are amazing. I think they're magical. I hate it when people pave over them. I hate when people put fake grass down.
AstroTurf, yeah, no.
Oh no, because it compromises everything. But I want the bees back. But we can talk about that later, because East Sussex has made the government have made a anti the bee killing.
Is it glyphosate?
This is so technical coming out of my mouth. The bee killing chemicals.
Yeah.
But they've stopped it. So
Is it glyphosate or something else?
I don't know. But
Anyway,
but we need
find
our
out.
local council to do the same, because we can't have them keep doing that on the road and killing all the stuff along the side of the road. It's too beautiful. It's poppies grow out of that. Stop that. It's naughty.
Stop it.
Stop it. Stop it. Okay, get back in some sort of structure, Patsy. Let's do this. Can I go now?
Yes, it's certainly your turn.
Thank
to
you,
go,
darling.
yeah.
Marina Fountain. So Alan got in touch, the lovely Alan Griffith. You will have seen Alan Griffiths. In fact, with May Day coming up, with the Jack in the Green, he will stick out because he's got this great big beard, which he paints green.
Excellent.
And has this fantastic, outrageous headdress. Yeah, and he's got horns and everything. He's a magical man. Really sweet guy, but he's part of the completely scuppered Shanty group, who we've discussed. They were at the Jenny before.
Them, yeah.
But they could be going into, as a regular thing, at the Marina Fountain, which is in St Leonards, opposite Sea Road. You know where she says, Sea Road, pointing at the sea.
It's opposite the Bo Peep.
It's opposite.
Almost. Oh no, sorry. The Sea Road is the other end. Is the Bo Peep. It's between Marina Fountain and the Bo Peep is the Sea Road, isn't it?
Sea Road, yeah. It's the one that runs down where the campers often park, and you can go along and it's onto the beach. It's what?
It's all free parking.
Don't say that, because because someone will turn around and say we should charge for it. But the Marina Fountain, so they've got new owners. Yeah. And I can tell you now, if you want a really good Sunday lunch,
is it good?
It's really good. She has spectacular gravy, or he, spectacular gravy, really good. So they have steak nights, 2 steaks for something with a bottle of something.
That's a bargain, that is. On a Wednesday, it's two steak dinners, a bottle of wine for £25.
I know. It's insane.
You don't know how, yeah.
But the food is very, very good quality. But so Alan and the completely scuppered Shanty band are going to be there 4:30 till 5:30. You can be home for tea.
Oh, that's another one.
It's another. So it's Mother's Day. So Sunday the 30th, Cage Road. Yeah, that's
pretty.
what it is.
They're going to do last Sunday of every month, and so what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I hope so, because he said, maybe it'll be a thing. You know, it could be a regular thing. But it brings it out of the old town. because Shanty tends to be an Old Town thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it brings it out and, brings new people to it.
Do you like a shanty yourself?
I love a shanty.
Are you a shanty singer? Will you bellow with the best of them?
I will join in, but my throat's really struggling at the moment.
You get your old arms swinging.
The arms, and you can feel. In fact, I went to Cornwall and they were shanty singing down there.
I love it there.
Woof, the famous, very famous ones that made the movie. That made the movie during lockdown. Those guys.
Oh yeah.
And
Fisherman's Friends.
Yeah. They're so good. I love a shanty. Also like a nice Cornish pasty. But that's another story. That will be on another story. Or I'll waffle on all day. Patsy, stop that. So go, darling, go.
Go. Okay. We have the lovely, wonderful Finley De Witt, who got in touch to say that they are running a Writing for Healing workshop as part of the Hastings Book Festival Fringe. That's coming up soon. The details will be below. And Finley's written a book as well, which I think we have a slide for that's up at the minute, and has really explored different aspects of their life and where they've reached, and they've been living like just off of the West Hill for years and years.
Cool.
Like practitioner in yoga, massage, just a really very warm person. So
nice.
That's really going to be an interesting one to go along to, because blending the work that Finley's done throughout their life and then also bringing it into writing. And we all know, well, I definitely know that writing for me is hugely healing, and I think
this woman can bash out a chapter without even blinking. It's really clever, and you write so well.
Thank you.
You do write so well. You shared something with me the other night you
thanks.
called it could be a treatment. I went, ooh, how about that? A treatment.
A treatment,
That's something that is not, it's a work in progress, isn't it?
It's like a little teaser that you send
taster.
to a publisher. I don't know, I haven't got that far in my journey, but Finley's much further ahead, and I mean, if I can, I'll go along to the Writing for Healing. I think it was around the 5th of April, but I might have that wrong, so we'll look in the notes and make sure that we got that right for you, Finley. Thanks again.
Nice. I had a chat with Anton Burton Windsor. If you don't know Anton, I always talk about the institutions in this town. If you don't know Anton, you should. He talks like that. He's great. Anton Burton Windsor. He's got this fantastic voice. He's so sweet.
Incredible.
He's like a big, wonderful giant of love. He's so sweet. Very, very pro St Leonards. And he was behind. We did the Chinese New Year, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
And he's behind that.
That's right.
So, but we're coming up now. The spring's here. We're coming up for the Kings Road markets. So we had a little chat yesterday, and he said, anyone who wants to be a stall holder, please get in touch. The details will be below, because the 25th of March is the deadline for the next one, so it will be in April. So anyone, if you make stuff, you bake stuff, you create stuff, you want to sell stuff, get down there, because it gets very, very busy, because there's this triangle of loveliness where you can do Kings Road, then you can do the I've said triangle, the beach, Goat Ledge and all that, but you can also go into the St Leonards Church Market, which is just buzzing. That's just mad. But the good thing about that, you've got one undercover, and then you've got one out in the street, which is nice. I really like it.
Really good. That's Kings Road.
So much love to you, Anton, and we'll see you soon. So anyone, get in touch. 25th of March is the deadline.
Great.
Did
a little sneaky peek at my phone there to get the dates.
Sneaky.
So Finley's workshop is on Saturday 29th of March at Barnaby's till 3:30. Thanks, Nikki.
Excellent.
Well, I was going to talk about Bohemia Walled Garden, just to send that a little bit of love. And I suppose, we seem to be in a bit of a kind of springy, gardening-y theme. So, unintentionally, accidentally, on purpose, maybe, no, not really. Basically, the Bohemia Walled Garden is a lovely treasure. If you haven't been, it's worth a visit. You have to check when they're open, though, because they're not always open, are they? But it is down in Summerfields Wood, so sort of behind Summerfields swimming baths. Is that what it's called?
It's behind the fire station, police station,
museum,
on the museum on that bit.
That's it. And you kind of weave in, and there are some serious allotmenters who look after the space there and who, just make it wonderful.
And it's always full of bees.
Always full of bees, yeah.
So, like Anton, that we talked about just before, about Makers Market, there's a Makers Market at the Yard.
Oh, cool.
So if you haven't been, the Yard at Waterworks Road, so Waterworks Road is next to Morrison's. It used to be where you could go and get something made out of iron or out of wood, but now it's insane. And insanely full of creators, really, really good ones. So they have the Makers Market. First one of the year is April 26th, 11 till 4. Stick it in your diary, because if you don't, I mean, if you're a new maker or creator, get in touch. Details below, because they love new people. So it always is oversubscribed, this market. So there have lots of people go. Don't be put off by it being oversubscribed if you're a maker. Or a creator, because they want new people all the time, so they want to freshen it up all the time. So 26th, and details below. Yeah,
nice. That's
one.
Really exciting. Yeah, I think there are a few makers things coming up.
Oh yeah, we're full of that.
Yeah,
that and the Stade, and we're full of them. People come from out of town.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
It is nice.
Yeah, they come from miles away.
Lovely.
Jamie, you wanted to talk about?
Oh, I'm going to go back to the compound.
Oh.
I know they've just constantly got things going on, and they're a great establishment, purely because it's always pay what you can or free. But now what they're doing?
Shall I point it to you? Yeah. I haven't been camera person yet.
Well, it's the first time.
Gotta stay steady,
I'll come over here so I can look at my notes.
All right, yeah.
So what it is they, you know, the silent discos where you put your earphones on.
Loads of that.
Dance around.
Yeah.
So it's like a dance aerobics fitness class.
Amazing.
It's on the Saturday mornings first 4 Saturdays in May. So there must be 5 Saturdays in May. I don't know why they say first 4. And it's completely free. You go along, you have to book your space. That's why I'm saying it now, because you've got April to book in your space. Obviously there won't be, we'll put the details below, but there won't be space for thousands of people. But I'm sure there'll be quite a lot of space. But it's like a silent disco, but you're getting fit at the same time, and you're dancing. And they say that it's also good for your mental health, good for your well-being. It's like a win-win-win-win.
Yeah.
And it's free.
It's free.
Yeah, damn
It's
right.
at the compound, which is our 161 Bexhill Road.
Yeah.
Get in touch with them.
Go. You can't not win down there, really. They're
There's so
marvellous,
much
aren't they?
going on. I mean, I could go. I probably have something every week for them. They do all sorts of crafts for kids, adults. You know, like the harp lessons, whatever you. This is constant, and it is pay what you can. And you do get people going, yeah, of course I can. And you go, have that 20 quid, and
They do.
Go, oh, got a pound. It starts at £1.
Exactly. And they've got a doodly-do, I'm sure, that you can put your card on. A doodly-do.
Oh yeah, probably.
I
was going to try swinging the
you call it. Am I huge?
Yeah, sorry.
All the chins.
I'm trying to be Jamie, but
more
I'm
chins
not
than a
Jamie.
Chinese phone book. But the doodly-do is what you put your card on. So when now people, they don't carry an awful lot of cash around sometimes. So it's like you just turn up and say, yeah, go on, take a £5, take a £10.
You can do it on your phone.
I'm not there yet.
No, nor am I.
I'm
Some
in
taxi
between.
drivers. I pay on my phone, but you can also take payment apparently.
Yeah,
well, I think you need like an app or something.
Cool.
Madness.
I know. I think
It's pure madness.
He works at the company, or maybe I should get that.
Yeah.
If I can get some people.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a new age mugging. Oh, I shouldn't say that. You walk up to people, go beep.
No.
Well, yeah. I think people. That's a good point. You might be able
You'll
to
be careful.
No,
Yeah.
I've got a thing inside my wallet which protects my cards.
That is a good call.
Which is why I'm not at that stage with the phone yet. Too old. I'm too old. I'll probably get
You
old.
say that a lot. It's
I
still
know,
not true.
but
Still
it's
not true.
no, but it's like I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's safe yet. Is electricity safe yet?
I'm not
not
sure.
sure. It's
Spilling out to the
a couple of 100 years old
socket
or whatever.
holes.
No, it's 100 odd years old, isn't it? Yeah, nice one. What have you got?
I've got Jude Montague. Got in touch about Blocco Electro, which Jude and Julian Humphries, who's also been aforementioned in other podcasts, you know. They are doing a thing called Blocco Electro at the Pig this Friday, 21st of March. And it is original and light Latin. Light T-E, L-I-T-E.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and then she mentioned some bands which I didn't know. That's not a surprise. But yeah, I could go and get educated on Friday.
No, sure.
And entertained. It sounds like a good one. And then she was also sharing Adventures in Pop, which is a wonderful name for a fun collaboration between herself as the musician Montague Armstrong, alongside Barbarian Horde, who are a lovely couple of fellas who I've invited to. Well, they I can't remember if you were at my 40th or not.
Can't remember.
All those years ago. But
was that where we did the photo frames?
No, that was even earlier. No,
that was even earlier.
That was when I was 21.
No,
I wasn't 21. No, I wasn't.
Bless her.
But no, that was so. I had a party over. It was in July, but my birthday's in November. I was actually 39, and everyone's saying happy birthday. You're 40. Yeah.
Oh,
and it's at the Hastings. What's the one called? Another.
It's another fishing club.
Fishing thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Or is it the sailing club? The one that's at the end in Rock'n'Aw. It's fab and it's really lovely.
2 stories.
2 stories.
The 2-story one.
Yeah. Homegrown Kitchen did the food. They were just starting up, and Barbarian Horde very kindly sang 5 years, because it was also mine and Robin's 5-year wedding anniversary.
Wow.
And they said sorry David at the end, which everyone who does a cover of 5 years ends up saying sorry David, because But they were fabulous, and they now have this thing, and they've been going for a long time. Barbarian Horde, lovely folk. Rob does most of the posting on Facebook. And I think it's Simon, his partner, who is El Mustachio or the Go Compare Man or what have you. But because he's not mentioned as much, we've met. He's sung at my birthday. Yeah. But his name
is not in your head.
Because of his moustache, everything's been swept out of my head.
Yeah. The moustache is the feature, isn't it?
It is, and he is, fabulous. And the two of them as a pair are wonderful. They are at the Jenny Lind with special guests and all sorts of adventures in Pop on the 1st of April, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m.
Not far away, is it?
No, not far at all. No.
Little shout out for Dan and Neil, Zeroh Arts.
Oh, yes.
I know. So if you're new to town and you've only just discovered Bottle Alley, it's it's 480 metres long, which is a third of a mile.
Good Lord.
I know. Bottle Alley is an amazing under promenade, so it's a lower prom, and it was built by Sidney Little in 1934.
King of Concrete.
King of Concrete, 12th of May actually, 1934. So they have light shows and all sorts of things going on down there. You've got people that have got businesses down there, which is great. Yeah. And we've always wanted somebody to do something with it, either turn it into a covered market, or a covered book market, or a vinyl market, or anything really, because it's begging for that sort of behaviour. But so Dan and Neil at Zeroh, they bought around the Bottle Alley art market, but they're also the guys, which I'll come back to, but they're also the guys behind Wavelength, which is, as you look down, you'll see the tiles up here. As you go down Bottle Alley, they with trade paints who support them and a lot of volunteers, they paint the pillars in a beautiful, like a cascade of colour. So and they're just it's just the best thing ever. Yeah. I'm on that list of volunteers. Yeah. But brilliant. So making it a beautiful thing to walk down, because the graffiti artists come out and tag at some point, which is fine. But the guys come out and with a group of volunteers and paint it. But the Bottle Alley art market the first one was in 2023, and we were actually on our way to a friend's wedding that day. Yeah. In August, and I said, I've got to go, we've got to leave early so I can cover it.
Nice.
It took ages because it was full of artists in 2023, because they did it again in 2024.
Yeah.
But when they did it in 2023, it felt like we weren't long out of what felt like the COVID dearth.
Definitely, yeah.
And it was. I said it's like miles of smiles.
Oh,
it was just so good. You knew everybody. Everybody was excited. Everybody was. It felt like we'd just woken up out of this stupor. But it was so good. And it took ages. It took me an hour and a half to walk down it, and then I had to walk back because you got to.
I bet you did every stall as well, though.
I did every stall,
time?
and we hugged, and I bought stuff, and so we were right on time for the wedding, which was
fabulous.
at Oscars, which was handy.
Oh, that's
so it's quite convenient, but they did it again in August last year, which was fantastic. So I had a chat with Neil. That was the chair, by the way. That wasn't me.
Was it?
These chairs make this sort of
funny,
weird sort of farty noises.
Yeah.
It's just the chair. So I had a chat, and Dan's poorly, so he said I'd love to come on, but they're actually right in the middle of an exhibition.
Yeah.
That they're sorting out at the moment.
Okay.
They're very heavily
you chatted
involved.
with Neil, did you? A little.
Did yeah. So he said, but love what you do, and they will come on as.
Oh, sweet.
I know.
That'd be amazing.
But if we'll put the details below for wavelength, and if you want to get involved in the volunteering, to just paint in the beautiful colours that they create down at Trade Paints.
Yeah.
So yeah, do it.
I think the light installation is also part of that same. I think they did that as well.
Oh, did they?
I think so.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
That's great.
And the moths that you sometimes see around town that are basically by jet washing in a stencil.
Jet washing over dirt.
The imprint that's left, that's also them. Sure. And they've done some stuff up in Broom Grove last summer as well, or the summer before.
The beautiful moths.
Yeah, they're wicked, yeah. And it's I think they're celebrating 25 years of being Zeroh, so well done, Zeroh.
Yeah, well
really
done,
cool.
Zeroh.
Really cool, glad you're
Absolutely,
here.
proper institution here.
Big time.
Yeah.
My eyes are falling on the Go Compare Man again. We've done that. Don't need to think about that. That's just an awful earworm. Awful earworm. No. Oh, God.
No.
Big ups. Yeah, so Hastings Half Marathon is also happening this weekend on Sunday. And it's always just an amazing thing to go along to and support. When we lived up in Orr, we'd kind of trot down to the end of our road and just cheer everyone on, and there are a few spots that you can go and stand and wave and cheer, and I think it's going to be another. Yeah, I really hope the weather holds like this for it.
Yeah. But come the weekend, Brack said to me, he said we got 17 degrees on Friday.
No way.
I went, what?
Go swimming.
Tropical.
Yeah.
Tropical, love.
Amazing.
So hopefully they'll have really good weather. They don't need it particularly warm, but they do need it to be dry and not windy.
Yeah.
So
for spectators, the Marina Fountain again are opening early for coffee and bacon rolls.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah. And there's
Pig in Paradise tends to do something as well. I know.
I think there are a few little stop-offs, and there's also a kids run as well that runs slightly after, so 7 to can't remember what year olds, because I only really think about my kids' age bracket, but anyway, till older. And they run just slightly after the main runners, but it's always just so wonderful. And people that I can that are flashing through my mind that have done it before. Sarah Gaines Harris ran it in a house outfit.
She
once.
Did promoting
promoting her initiative there. And Berry, do you know Berry, who works over at the Rhino Sanctuary?
Rhino? Exactly.
Dressed up as a rhino and ran it, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never done it. I've massaged people who've been marathon runners, before or after, but I've not done it myself. But the electricity and the kind of power that people have afterwards, once they've done that run and they've achieved it, is absolutely electric, and that's the same word again. But anyway, it's the word contagious, but nicer, that one.
Infectious.
Yes.
Is that what you...
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah. I don't want to go more
same?
Positive than contagious or infectious.
No, I think infectious
But
is
they
lovely
are,
when it pertains to something smashing.
Well, this is true. It is smashing.
It's smashing.
It is smashing.
Sorry, hello 1970s. Bring your words back.
I like
Smashing's
it.
a great word.
I said shenanigans on the train the other day.
Oh, I use shenanigans a lot.
These
it's
kids
typing
opposite me were like,
yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd just spoken saying there had been some shenanigans on the train, and they were like, shenanigans, it's not said enough. And I was like, it's true, it's not. And then they were like, I say, not my monkeys, not my circus. I was like,
Yeah,
oh my God, that's...
not my circus, not my monkeys.
That's it, the other way
Yeah,
around, yeah.
that's right. It's another one. We're full of that, aren't we?
We are full of that.
Yeah. Anyone who's learning English, good Lord.
I know. It's another expression.
We pepper it. We season it with all sorts of.
We do.
All sorts of nonsense.
Go on. You got one?
Go on. Yes.
Go on then.
So this is going to be great. We've got tickets for this at the weekend. We are so busy. So tonight we're going to see tomorrow we're going to see Tony Law at the White Rock Theatre. Incredible Canadian guy who lives here. Bonkers humour. Friday we're going to
Spinetti and
Rachel Spinetti and Spice and Spinetti. So we're going to. Thank you for the reminder.
That's all right.
So we've got tickets for that on that's the big.
We're going as well.
You're going.
See you there.
Yeah, the extravaganza. And on Saturday night at the Henry Ward Hall, doors open. I think doors open at 7, but it starts at 7:30. We've got Hastings Tonight, which is Mike Willis's wonderful creation that he wants to bring quarterly. Lovely Mike Willis. Similar hair to your good self.
Yeah, he's got a bigger beard.
Has he got a bigger beard now? Oh, because you haven't got a beard. So anything's bigger, isn't it? Yeah, this is true. You could have stubble
He's
and
got a bigger beard than me as well.
Yeah, maybe not me. No, I'm just joking. So Hastings Tonight. So he said we're going to go with we're going to run it like your favourite chat show.
Sweet.
So he said I've no idea what's going to happen. So we had a good old chat about it, but it's going to be compared by none other than our legendary local Steve First as Lenny Beige. And if you haven't seen Lenny Beige, the high kicker of this parish, Steve First is hilarious. So Steve First has done a lot of things. What does he call himself? He says actor, writer, musician, voiceover, idiot, which I love because he doesn't take himself too seriously. So he moved here a while back and loves this town. He's such a good man. But he creates this. Lenny Beige has been around a while. Now, if you know anything, if you remember Department S and Jason King and the 70s Playboy type look with the 60s, the cravat and the suit and the hair and I think maybe Chelsea boots or platform. I don't think he's a platform wearer, but. It's Harry Enfield did the Playboys. Did you ever see the Playboys? Hello.
No. Oh, I know that.
That character.
Nice.
So it's lovely Flora. Anyway, I'm not going to go further with that joke. So Lenny Beige is part of Steve First's repertoire, and he was recently in Barbados, being Lenny Beige with Cliff Richard.
Really?
So I know. Can you imagine? Hilarious to watch it, actually. Doing Devil Woman. Very, very funny. I was watching it last night. So he's going to be there, and he's an enigma. He really is an enigma. But he enters the show with a massive high kick. He's really very good. He could be a Tiller girl. You'll have to go back to the 60s for that. But so anyway, not just Lenny. So he's going to be a compere for the night. So I'm going to need glasses for this one. So. Two comedians, Josephine Lacey, who I've seen, wonderful woman from London, and Josh Weller. So we've got two really good comedians coming on to do their wonderful brand. David McCalmont, who's a local singer, he's got a beautiful voice. He's going to be singing with Rufus Stone, Rufus Stone Band. Siddy Bennett, who we talked about, was it last week?
Yes.
She's lovely.
Yeah.
What a star with a particular guitar, and she's just lovely. She writes all her own stuff. And Mel from Get Hastings magazine. Have you ever?
Oh yeah. I don't know Mel, but I know of her. Yeah.
Oh, she's wonderful. I love Mel so much. We've known each other for a long time. So she's going to be interviewed during this night. So talking about Get Hastings magazine. Chris Young's going to be there from the Hastings Jazz Fest. So Mike said he might bring some magic. I don't know if it's literal or I don't know. So he said, don't know what's going to happen on the night, a bit like your favourite chat show. So he said, for Hastings folk who live here and those passing through, to give us a break from all the nonsense and all the politics.
Yes, yeah.
So it's your number one spot in the UK to be tonight. Bless his heart. What he's offered is, if you go in on the website on Mike's list, which we'll put underneath, and put in Our Town 25, it gives you 25% off your tickets.
Oh,
so
for our
thanks,
listeners.
Mike, for that. It's so sweet. So, yeah, but Henry Ward Hall, it's all going on. Yeah, Mike's great. He never stops really. But there's other things that we can that we'll be plugging later on in the year. Thanks, Mike. Love you.
Nice one, Mike. I'd like to see a high kick. They
Oh,
sound
Henry
amazing.
Ward Hall is in Robertson Street. I didn't mention that. It's the church building, which when you go in, you think, I didn't know this was even here, because of where it's tucked away.
Yeah, diagonally opposite Tintin's, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just
Fantastic venue. Acoustic.
Wonderful.
It's
Yeah,
great.
well, that's a good thing, because this town is needing a bit more of an acoustic
Absolutely.
boost. Right. Where am I with? Loads of things passed through my mind as you were saying that, including I was listening, obviously,
of course,
as well.
So rude,
bloody rude. So, Bad Bug Bar is going to be on again. It's the last Wednesday of every month, and there's a something I need to find out a little bit more about, but a Hastings Contemporary Fisherman project, oral history project with Mary Hooper.
Nice.
That's going on. And what else have we got here? Gulls of Hastings. Yes. So this is Charlie Moon, who is Beverly Harling and Frank Moon's child. So you know how we were saying that, well, not child, young man, like he's 13. How, this town births talent. So basically Charlie has already had one show at the Snug a couple of years ago, so I think he was 11 last time, in the Crown,
Good
and now he's got the Girls of Hastings in the main space, which is fantastic, and that's going to be opening on the Friday the 28th of March.
Nice.
In the main room at the Crown. I was just going to pull up what Bev said, because
Crown House is great. Isn't
not
it?
Crown House, the Crown.
The
Crown
Crown,
Pub.
the Crown Pub.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Crown House is a great venue as well.
Yeah.
Where is it? Nope.
So the Crown is All Saints, isn't it? Bottom
That's
All
it.
Saints.
Yeah. Girls of Hastings is a new exhibition from Charlie Moon, and he was 11 last time he had a show there, and honestly there was one piece that I really wanted to get, but someone had already snaffled it last time, and it was like this cat wearing a kind of Beatlesy, brocadey, those
the Sergeant Pepper jackets.
That's the one. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, so Charlie says that it's inspired by his home and his hometown and love of common birds, and he believes that creatures don't need to be rare to be fascinating and exciting and appreciated, especially where the magic of nature is at play. And where others see pests, Charlie sees unique characters and personal stories of Hastings, and hopes that you will too through his bright, bold colours. So also any purchases of his artworks will be 5% will be given to Mally Downs, which is a local charity who do lots of forestry protection and animal protection.
Animals. Because they're where our animals get rescued. So anything that gets any of the seals that come up on the beach, if you get, particularly this time of the year when the gulls are having their new little babies, which are bigger than the parents, aren't they? Yeah. And they fall off a roof. That Mally's Homes will take them. Yeah, exactly. But they're marvellous up there. I did a lot of work up there at one point. It's a great place to visit. Take your kids. It's just amazing because the woodland is fabulous. He's right, Charlie. We do spend too much time vilifying. Well, I don't, because I think they've all got, to me, seagulls and pigeons have all got accents. Yeah. So when I see them down the road, the pigeons, oi, oi. Right, how's your day?
That makes sense. Yeah.
How's your, how are you? Oh, I'm all right. They look like to me. I wouldn't, you see people. They say, oh, they're flying vermin. They're not. They're creatures. Respect them.
Yeah, living alongside.
Absolutely. And the seagulls exactly the same. I've had seagulls whip my food out because I was stupid, and waving a bit of something around, and they had it, and it was like, oh.
Yeah.
sneaky.
They are so sneaky.
But I respect you for it. Because they're scavengers. And
Yeah. Oh my God. In Cornwall, I always got my hand bitten off by a seagull. I had a pasty out in the, joyous
Did you fight
sandy beach.
Did you
I got a proper slice. Their beaks are super sharp.
They are super sharp.
You've got to be careful.
Yeah.
Love-hate with seagulls for me, really. I mean, I do think they have their place. I don't like it when they get in my face or in my place.
No, but they won't interfere with you unless you're walking around with food, which they think is fair game.
Yeah.
So you've got to be sensible about where you eat your food and cover it up.
That's true, definitely.
Keep it in its wrapper.
Or like if you're on the beach, zip everything up, because if you go in the sea, they're going to be
they'll have your picnic out there.
Yeah,
they're very good.
Yeah. But, I know. Yeah,
Charlie's
you've got to
right.
live side. Yeah, Charlie's right.
They're
He's
not
right.
pests. They're not. They're lovely.
Maria got buffed on the head by one 2 days ago.
Sorry. I had a bit of a comedy moment there. See, it's comedy gold for me.
She just bought something, I can't remember what, and she was outside of a place. It was food. And yeah, of course. And proper,
yeah.
Buffed.
Oi, mine. Give it up. Give it up.
She said she kept it, so she was quite pleased about that.
Well done. Yeah, it's a bit of an arm wrestle, isn't it, with the
Yeah. I wouldn't take one on.
I was in Worthing with family, and stupidly, because in town I know not to eat in the street because you're not a stupid person. Went to Worthing with met family there, and I just got a slice of pizza, and this gull came down between me and my husband and just buffed us on the back of the head with wings.
Really?
And because the wingspan. Yeah. And then just took it away. I was laughing out. I was laughing. I said, "What is wrong with me that I can't think?"
Yeah.
Because I'm not home.
No, it's so true.
What a foolish thing to do.
Yeah.
And everyone around me was like, "Oh, you okay?" I went, "Wasn't that hilarious though? That was just the best thing ever."
Yeah. You don't have to be streetwise here.
You've got to be street. Yeah. And that's a warning to all of people who are visiting. Yeah, do not eat in the road, especially not your children. Don't eat your children.
Just full stop.
That's not because you can never eat a whole one. But I mean, when you, I love children, but I can never eat a whole one. Sorry, it's one of my favourite sayings. We're back there again, aren't we? But don't let your kids eat in the street because they'll have it away. And
they will. Yeah.
And the sharp
kids
beaks.
Don't like it. It's pretty scary for them.
No, fair enough. Absolutely. What else have you got, darling?
I just want to know what accent you think a seagull has before we move on.
Oh no! See, yeah, but that
Like, what is that?
It
sounds a bit London.
No, they're all different, and I think they're
Regional.
I like it when they laugh at you.
Yes.
They do laugh at you,
Yeah.
and they're proper laughing, and there's another noise they make that sounds like.
Yeah.
And you think, funny, I'm not laughing at what's just happened, but there's always one that's watching when I've dropped something or said something or tripped. My wonderful tripping ability is and then I walk along and I style it out and I go, oh, I've just done a,
and then there's
and you can hear one, there'll be one on there, yeah.
Yellow eyes. I don't know anything else that has yellow eyes like
No,
they do.
but I love them.
Fascinating.
I think they're great. I think they're marvellous. And when we first came here in the 80s, and we would have guests that would say, I'd love to live around seagulls all the time. But of course you get seagulls in London all the time now, because they're always attracted to tips and stuff. So it's not just us. But no, I think they're yes. Be nice to them. In fact, when we lived in Warrior Gardens, we used to have one that used to come to the front to our front window, and it used to donk donk donk.
Yeah.
Donk donk donk, and it used to sit on our window ledge, and in the winter I would leave, not in the summer, in the winter I'd leave food out.
Would you?
On the balcony, and I'd just throw a load of food and say, "Come on," because when we had a few really snowy winters,
just keep on going.
and it was so cold. I've got food out. They never forget. Tell you what, my car was pretty clean.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're blessed with the seagull gods.
I think they're really savvy.
Yeah.
So you've got to be nice to the birds.
Yeah.
They're sweet. They're not stupid animals.
No, I don't think they're stupid.
Not at all.
No. Yeah.
So I've got one more that I want to promote. Have you got more? Have you got more?
think.
Jack in the Green.
But you kind of mentioned it. What else?
So we got Jack in the Green coming up 2nd to the 5th
of May.
Of May, which we will be looking at not next week. Patsy, there's a whole month. In a bit.
But it will start to be mentioned more and more, I think. And it's just, I just thought it was good to kind of remind people that it's coming. Forecast, yeah.
Is that what that is?
I think it is.
Forecasting.
That's future forecasting. And it's just an amazing event that for people who don't live in our town or anywhere near. It is basically, people ask, is it like the Green Man festival up in Wales? Is it? It's not. It's basically a kind of, everybody gets dressed up in green and celebrates the coming of summer and the end of spring by the slaying of the Jack, who used to be somebody dressed up as someone with lots of leaves on them, like a big bush. But that got a bit roughy-tufty, so I think they just made it into its own structure so people can pull the leaves apart, apparently. And there's a whole other bit of folklore that I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, they dance on the maiden's apron, and there's all sorts of, the sunrise dance.
Different characters.
Yeah, we will get better at this, by the way. We will have to go. Jamie's laughing.
Well, I just mentioned it, and I was like, you know what?
But the whole, it's when people turn up and they don't know it's happening, and then they're like, why is everybody in green?
Yeah.
Why have people got smudges on their noses?
That's
and you go, yeah, see, that's why you don't turn up on firework without knowing.
That's true as well, bonfire.
I always found it strange that you got the same day you've got all the motorbikes at the bottom.
Yes.
And
that's
then
a
you've
good
got
point.
all the sort of naturalists, as it were. At the top. You've got all the petrol and all the fumes and all the bikes. Yes. And the noise, and then we've got all the Morris dancing and waving of hankies and bells, which is really genteel by comparison.
It's a great mix, isn't it?
It's such a great mix.
Everyone comes down on their bikes because it's Hastings, because it's the weekend, because it's bank holiday, and they show off their bikes to each other.
It's not just that.
No.
As an ex-biker, I wasn't a biker. Yes, I was. I've had bikers in my life as husbands. She sounds like Imelda Marcos with shoes. It's like I've got hundreds of husbands. I haven't. But there were two of them that were obsessed with motorbikes, and so I was a pillion rider. It's the journey down the A21. Or the journey across on the A27. It brings people, because the roads themselves are really good to ride in a group.
I see.
So it's not just about all being at the end. That's the end.
And Rye as well, they go to.
So what's that? Is that the 259? So that, but it's the idea of doing a ride out. They do a ride out. So they come from all over, and sometimes they'll have done their ride out the day before.
Yeah.
And some of them just pitch up on the and you can hear the bikes coming into town. On Bohemia Road, across Bohemia Road and down London Road, Old London Road, you can hear them coming in from about 2 a.m. As they start to descend, and it is, if that's your bag, it is something else. It's something else to behold. So they'll get to do their thing, and because none of them are drinking.
No.
Because they're a pub's nightmare, because they fill up the pubs but don't actually drink any.
They don't drink alcohol.
No, they don't.
No, the pillion might, or the sidecar might.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, they won't. No, but the non-alcoholic beer is just as good, I think.
Yeah.
There's a load of biker stuff happening around here.
Yeah, we have loads.
1066 Cafe, isn't there, on the way in, that bikers place, and there was a secret bikers bar somewhere on Ponswood. I don't know if it's still there.
Shh, not meant to mention it.
Oh shit! I mean, oh dear.
Oh dear.
Shush.
We'll have to. We'll bleep that out. See, I'm the potty mouth, and she swears.
I do.
She just comes out. No, only on this.
Only on this.
But it's great. But the actual Jack in the Green is something very, very special.
Yeah.
I'm aware that we've got a guest coming today, Sister Susie, of our parish, our wonderful Northumberland lass, who's going to come in and chat about what's going on for her. I've got one more thing. So, just briefly, I am in a choir, and to help me with my voice, because I used to have this real sort of thing about, I can't sing, I don't know what I'm doing. A friend recommended I go and see a vocal coach. Oh my God. Like the dentist last week, where they changed my life with, changed my whole relationship with dentistry. This has changed my life with singing and orating. I'm not without speaking words, as you can hear. I'm very what's the word? Loquacious is what I am. I'm a loquacious person. I like words, big old vocabulary.
Yeah.
But when I went to Nikki, I've been going to Nikki now for a couple of years now, and it's the best thing. Nikki Gerrard, so she's a vocal coach. She's based up in Pett, and she has clients who are actors, public speakers, singers, performers. It doesn't matter how you need it. I've got a friend whose husband goes.
She's the one with the quiff, but not a quiff.
Yeah, Nikki's hair. Nikki's gone through lots of different incarnations of hair because you know, like any creative, she likes to change it and, you know, mix it up. And I think in this image that we have here, she's got a kind of a pompadour kind of arrangement. So, and actually we've got Sister Susie here who's sitting here who also does. She does the quiff, don't you? You're very much a roller in the hair, and then you've got. So what is that called when you put a roller in it?
A victory roll.
A victory roll.
Yes.
So that's fantastic. Yeah, because you'll be on after. Thank you for coming in, darling. Really appreciate it. Victory roll. So yeah, I like that. That's nice. So there we are in all our different quiffness. So Nikki, go back to Nikki. So she started acting at 5. I'm not going to tell you her age now, it'd be rude. But she's gone right way through the West End. She's been in Billy Elliot, she's been in Calendar Girls, Into the Woods. So she's gone, she's done, she's very, very knowledgeable. And she's a very lovely human. What I love about her is when you go to her, she explains why you're singing the way you're singing and what you can do instead. So now I've never been to a vocal coach before, so this is really new to me. But all the tech that is involved in how we use our voices, because we just open our mouths and think stuff comes out. But when you go to a vocal coach, your face changes shape, your posture changes shape, your breathing changes shape, everything from, you know, I'd never used my diaphragm as such, except when I'm shouting at somebody, but it's involuntary. And then it's gone. You know, I can yell like the next person, as you can probably imagine. But she says when you use your diaphragm, everything is sucked up and the muscles are all in place so that you can sustain a note. Now, I couldn't do that before I went to her. But my word, the difference in my confidence when I sing, because I stand a certain way, I bring I use my core a different way, my diaphragm is in place, and I know that actually when I open my mouth and that note comes out, it's going to be able to sustain for quite some time and have a vibrato at the end. Couldn't do that before.
Amazing.
Yeah, pretty cool, cool. So I highly recommend it. You can actually see her. She's going to be performing at Barnaby's, the lovely Barnaby's that we know and love, isn't it? She's there on Friday, the 2nd of May at 8:30. So you'll be able to see her brand of
doing her thing.
Yeah, she's lovely. She's because she's from the stage, so she's got a really powerful voice. But you don't have to bellow when you're powerful. It's how you actually sustain that sound.
Yeah, and then that also protects your voice, doesn't it, longer term, so that you're able to temper what you're doing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because you know, when people don't protect their voice and they go out and they just think it's just going to do it, not healthy. No. But she's lovely. So we'll put the details underneath. She goes under Nikki Gerrard. She also goes under Gertsky Sings as well. That's her singing name now. Go along to Barnaby's, go and check her out, and then go and get a card and her details. What a lovely, lovely human. Seriously lovely human. So that's my foray, but we're going to do another one next week. We're going to do Donna, who does jazz. Oh. I've got an interview with her. Oh, nice. So we're going to chat about that and have a chat with Donna. So we've got a lot of these people in town, and we should be celebrating them. Definitely, yeah. It's funny, I thought we might be going through a month of Rachel's after the 2 first Rachels, but we've bucked the trend. We're going Susie, we've got Susie, and then we're going Donna. And then we're going Donna. Yeah, nice. Yeah, and we've got guys coming up as well. There are men in the pipeline. It's not just exclusively women. Yeah. We've got men, non-binary. We're gonna throw. It's gonna be good. Out for everyone. Yeah, and yeah, I did put this up, the Frock Up Friday book, to, sort of segue. And it's interesting because I showed it to Ben Smith, the appliance man, who came yesterday, and had a look through it, and he was like, oh, these are all new Hastings. I was like, oh, that's funny, it's a funny term. But like people that he didn't recognise, or some he did, but some he didn't, and it's just that whole mix of who's kind of showing up and doing things now, and your concept of what Hastings is all about as new people come in is sort of changing and shifting, but it's a wonderful way of celebrating. So we were wondering about whether or not there's if the book is still available, if people can still, brilliant, so we can get that on the notes as well. Nice. Because he's keen on a copy, and it's just a wonderful thing to be a part of, so excited to talk to Susie as well about all of that.
Because we'll be going straight into a fuff, I think, at some point, just in the next interview.
Straight into a fuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is that everything for week 8?
I think it is.
Okay, so how do people get in touch with us?
Did you just call me Kate?
Week 8.
Oh,
week
thank
8.
you. I thought you said, is that everything
Not
for
week 8. No, you're not week 8.
Week 8.
Week 8. Yes, little week 8.
Oh my God,
Week
that's okay.
Week 8, darling.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Jamie. Because I'm
Week
thinking,
8.
I didn't week 8.
Oh my
no,
God.
Week
Okay.
8.
I'm sat really near you as well, so I can't say it's not hearing you. Anyway,
Oh,
that is all.
darling.
Cheers.
Bless you.
Yeah, that's all for week 8.
Yeah,
And
so-
the things that we need to remind people of that I always forget, and then you remind me to remind people of, is you can buy us a coffee on ko-fi.com/ourtownhasplenty. Details below. You can get on our Instagram, our.town.has.plenty. The YouTube is YouTube at ourtownhasplenty, and Facebook is the
Our Town
Facebook
Has
thing,
Plenty.
and Our Town Has Plenty. That's right. So you might be understanding from all of this that our town
Has
plenty. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Cheers, darling.
Cheers, Jamie.
Cheers, Jamie.
Cheers, Susie.